Hey, what is up you guys, my name is SubZeroExtabyte and today I am bringing you guys something a little different than usual. We are going to be testing a new cool little thing today, so sit down and enjoy this because I am not sure what to expect. And usually when I know what to expect, things usually tend to still go wrong. So pretty much when I have no idea what to expect and all will break loose, and I will probably end up doing some random things all video long because everything that I had planned just went to poop. But that might just be me and you guys may not have noticed any of that yet, and I just ruined all of my videos for you guys. But let's just hope that you did know that, and this is not something new for you guys. So what we are going to be trying today is a new invisibility cloak that Doc Oswald whipped up for me real quick. So how about that, right? It is going to be tight. This is just one big test day and it is not that deep. Sorry that it is not that deep, but you know, some things just come and go, man. Oh wait, I said that I was not going to be going deep. Now next to testing this nice little thing, I will be doing just a little bit more because I feel like I owe this to all of you guys out there. I mean, we have not been talking about life as much lately, so you know I just want you guys to know what I have been up to and such, and I just want to talk a little bit to you guys and show some interaction because you know the time of the year is coming again, where the days start to get a little longer and the sun starts to shine just a little more often. Not that it is much, but hey, beggars cannot be choosers, I guess. But yeah, so I will be testing a lot of things today and I will be talking about myself a lot today, so you will just have to watch out for that because this is going to be great right now, and I can pretty much assure you of that. Well, actually I should not have to, because you guys should know that we are going to be having a lot of fun because that is just what we do around here, and it is just amazing if you ask me right now. So let's get started with everything now, shall we you guys? Let's go. So let's get started. Now first things first, people have been complaining about the fact that I have not been playing the murder mystery game mode as often anymore, and some people might think that I hate the murder mystery game mode. Well, I actually do not. I love it when I am stressed out, or when I am not stressed out. Now of course I still enjoy that. I am kidding, okay, please do not report me. But you know, there are just a lot of game modes out there, so that is what we are doing right now. We are testing the cloak in a lot of game modes right now so that we can see in which game mode it will work the best, and if it even will work at all. Because with Doc Oswald's products you just never actually know, now do you? So this will be a cool day, I think. Wow, what a great day, right? To hang around with a great me and to be around your great friends. It is really sunny right now, and I am feeling all good in the hood, so I am not letting this cloak ruin this, so I am going to make the best out of this, if that is possible right now. Now please do not think that I hate it, because I do not. I just think that there are more game modes out there that deserve to be seen the light of day, and I feel like this also gives it a little bit more variety to my videos, and I think that this is a good thing for the channel and also for you guys, so that my content does not end up growing stale and such. So that is a good thing for me. Now let me just make this clear, I have no idea what this is right now. I mean, I have never used a cloak like this before. From what Doc Oswald told me, this should be its use. So this is what the doc told me about it right when I started this video. He said that an invisibility cloak is a magical garment which renders whoever or whatever it covers unseeable. The cloaks can also be formed from an ordinary traveling cloak, enchanted with an exceptionally strong disillusionment charm or a bedazzling hex. Now I have no idea what a hex is, so yeah, that is all about that. Now he also came up with some mythical and magical bowl, and I am not sure whether I believe that or not, but I will read it to you no matter what. Maybe you guys can make something out of this. The first known cloak was made by Death for Ignatius Peverell in the 13th century. However, it is one of a kind. The other cloaks were made later by various manufacturers using different materials and do not possess the same longevity. They may be made from hair of demigods, a magical creature that possesses the power to become invisible. This property is used to make the wearer of the cloak invisible. However, as Xenophilius Lovegood tells Harry, Ron, and Hermione, such a cloak will gradually lose its effectiveness as the hair becomes more and more opaque. In addition to its eternal lifetime, the cloak made by Death is also notable for its ability to resist all summoning charms. There are other ways of making something or someone invisible by using magic other than invisibility cloaks. Now, like I said, I have no idea what all of this means. But the only viable thing that I am taking from this is that I am wearing the same cloak that Harry Potter was wearing. So I will take that for what it is and hope for the best. I mean, it is Harry Potter, right? So that is pretty cool. If it is even true though, because I have no idea if it even is. Well, who knows? Maybe I should call the doc someday. But let me just tell you that you guys should not be playing around with this cloak thing like I am doing right now. I mean, I am doing it in a game right now, and it is already dangerous for me right here. Now, of course, please do not ever do this in real life without the permission or supervision of an adult or caregiver, because otherwise things will be going wrong real quick, and of course damage could turn out to be permanent. Now, this will not surprise you, but most damage inside of a game is not permanent, at least right here in Roblox. So when you are doing this in Roblox, still use care, but you can pretty much do whatever you like if you think that this is okay. Okay, but still use caution when handling these things, even when in Roblox, because things could be worse, but they also could be a lot better, so please just use caution for me. Thank you. Okay, since we just died, I have no idea what to actually do in this game mode right now. I mean, I literally have no clue. But that might just be me. I am just here because I want to fool around with this cloak right now, because that is pretty cool. By the way, you guys have no idea about this right now, but something just came to my mind. I mean, this cloak would have been so useful in so many situations. It is actually pretty insane if you ask me. I mean, what are the things that we could have done with this thing if it not were for this thing? Wait, that did not make any sense right now. I mean, I was caught stuck in a prison once, where I needed to get out. Wait, I will just give you a little recap if you have no idea what I am talking about right now. Alright, so this one has to do with the prison game mode. I know that most of you think that I'm kind of a hero because I saved or rescued all of those prisoners when I got trapped in that prison after something with Doc Oswald went wrong. So I will tell you a little bit about that. And actually, the big catch to the story is that the second time that I was in there, I actually was not held there against my will. After the first time, I did not get to save any prisoners because I was so focused on getting myself out. Now I think that most of you would have just said screw that and moved on with your lives. Well, I did not do that. I went to Dr. Oswald and I asked him if he could put me back in there, and he told me that it was a risky procedure and that I might get stuck in there forever. But I did not want to hear it. I told him to just throw me in there and make sure that he did not pull me out until I freed all of the innocent prisoners that were in there. And I bet that you have all seen the footage. It was rough. It was a long day of fighting, but it was worth it. I managed to save so many prisoners that day that it made my whole week. I am kind of over it now, but you know, the high never lasts that long. So with all of that said, I guess that I'm not that great at summarizing stuff after all. But as I was saying, if I just had this invisibility cloak back there, then I would have had no problem with doing all of that in that prison. You know, that would just be easy then. But alright, we are getting off track like always. You know, the funny thing about this cloak, the people around me have no idea what is going on right now, right? You might know that I am pretty clumsy and that I'm not that well trained. I mean, you have all seen me run for like 10 minutes and I am pretty much in a dying state afterwards. So that is nothing to be really proud about. But something that I actually am pretty proud about is that I now can do whatever I want with this thing. I mean, there will be no more endurance tests in high school for me with this thing, because I will just disappear and reappear somewhere with this thing. How cool is that? I mean, it is just like this right here. I can do whatever I want and these guys have no idea what is even going on right now. That is so cool, right? I mean, this is just the best thing ever. I wish that I could be using this thing for the rest of my life. I mean, it would make everything just like a lot easier right now. I mean, how cool would it be if I were to use this in every video from now on? I guess that it would be getting kind of stale though, but that might just be me. Maybe you guys will love it forever, or maybe you will not. Who knows? I cannot predict the future. Let me tell you something about when I had to serve time in prison and I did not have the cloak. Again, this would have been a lot easier with the cloak, right? But like I always say, beggars cannot be choosers. Now a story about how life behind bars is a bummer, and that it is just not fun at all. I think that most of you will get that from the get-go. But no, I'm going to tell you about the fact that I learned from a cellmate that I was addicted to Twinkies. And I have mentioned Twinkies a couple of times already. I mean, those yellow sponges filled with that amazing whipped cream are just mind-blowing. But of course we did not have those when I was in that prison. So when me and my cellmate went out to the cafeteria to get our food, I noticed that when I was done with my food that I did not feel satisfied at all. I mean, it actually felt like I was completely empty, and now I do not like to roam around with an empty stomach. So I tried to get another meal, and they let me get another one if I skipped my dinner for that day. So I was like, alright, let's do that. I will just hit the bed earlier. So I ended up finishing the second meal and I was still starving and I had no idea what was going on. So when I went down to the cafeteria that same evening and still tried my shot to get a dinner meal, they of course denied me. So I went outside to get some fresh air, and before you knew it, I saw it. I was just walking around minding my own business, and from the highway I saw a Twinkies truck. I was baffled. The hairs in my neck started to flare up immediately, and I noticed it. My body wanted those Twinkies, so I actually ended up breaking out of prison within the minute. I basically jumped the fence, got around to the wall, climbed the ladder, and I headed into town, where the Twinkies truck had just parked. I ran towards it and I looked inside, and what was in there? Right, not one Twinkie. All that they had were boxed filled with Hostess coconut snowballs, and I do not like those coconut sprinkled snowballs at all. So I basically just got finessed then and there. Now, like always, I would not have had to go through all of the troubles if I did not do any of that without a cloak. I mean, a cloak like this is going to make my life so much easier. Like, I will be getting onto flights without having to pay for a ticket. I mean, it would be kind of weird to get a seat on a full plane, because I would just be sitting there with my cloak on, and everyone will be like, well, there's something sitting in my chair, but I cannot see what. That would actually be pretty hilarious if you ask me. Now, as you can see, by the way, right now I am basically just kind of a wizard being invisible and stuff around anyone, so I guess that you can call me the invisible cloaked sub or something like that from this point forward. Just, you know, let's just call me Wizard Sub-Zero the Bubble Blower. I am not sure if that makes any sense, but I think that it does, so I will roll with it. But something that I actually am pretty proud about is that I served with the Special Forces. Yes, that is not a joke of any kind. I have actually served with the Special Forces, which again would have been a lot easier if I would have had the cloak back then. Man, where was this thing when I needed it the most? Now again, right now I have got no idea where I actually am right now. I mean, when I look at the scenery, I think that I'm at the freaking Lord of the Rings set or something. I mean, just look how vast all of this landscape is. I mean, what could I be doing here if it not were for the cloak? I mean, I would be like a fish in a very big pond with a cloak that will make the fish invisible. That did not make any sense, but that does not matter because that is the way that I like things to be right now, and there's nothing that you can do about it. Alright, I am kidding, there are a lot of things that you can do about that. I mean, you could leave the video right now, or unsubscribe or something like that, or dislike the video, but I am betting that you will not do that because I am just that great to you guys, and I am also that grateful to you guys. I mean, there is no such thing for me as you guys. I mean, I would have never been able to do all this nonsense with this cloak if it was not for you guys. So as always, I want to thank you for that. Now, some other things that would have been a lot easier with the cloak on right now. I actually used to be really bad at the murder mystery game mode, and I actually hated it. So the last fact was not that much of a fluff answer at all. So when I was just starting out with Roblox, I was just roaming around the game modes and I was checking out whatever the game modes were. I bet that most of you can still remember the time when you were a noob in Roblox yourself. So whenever I joined a game of murder mystery, I had no idea what was going on. I did not pay enough attention to the menu and all of that stuff, so I always missed it when it said if I was the murderer or if I was an innocent. So yeah, but come on, I think that most of you have had similar experiences, maybe not with murder mystery, but I bet that you have had some troubles with some other game modes, and that would all have been a lot freaking easier with the cloak on than with the cloak not on, because this cloak is life, you guys. Alright, this cloak is tight, like not literally tight, but like it is a really cool cloak, you guys. Now, as you can see, I have not really mastered the cloak yet because I have not spent that much time with it. So like I always say, you are not yet a pro with something unless you spend an X amount of time with it. And which amount of time is that? Right, good job, it is 10,000 hours. When you have spent 10,000 hours doing something, so if you have spent 10,000 hours playing football, or playing tennis, maybe even writing a book or something, that when you reach those 10,000 hours of experience, that you are a professional. So that is what I did, I was not really aiming for those 10,000 hours, but I was trying to get really good in a short amount of time. And with this cloak that will not work because you cannot just force the cloak onto yourself. This cloak has a mind of its own, and that is good, but that way it will take some time getting used to it. But alright, let's get to it. This was basically the video, so here comes a pretty proper goodbye from SubZero, aka me, to you guys out there. I would just like to thank all of you for watching this video, and I would like to thank every one of you who subscribed right now, and of course the like squad and the early notification squad, because you are all special little snowflakes to me. So I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.